Right, guys, welcome back to another World Cup team preview series. And in today's episode, we will be talking about Tunisia. That's right, we'll be talking about our final African team in this World Cup team preview series. And if you like these sort of World Cup team preview videos, why not hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. And also ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these World Cup team preview updates that'll be coming out, well, just one more week, next week. And so without further ado, let's get started with the video. So Tunisia are a part of the CAF, or the African Confederation, when it comes to World Cup qualifying. And the nickname of the team is the Eagles of Carthage. The Eagles is one of the national symbols of Tunisia, and Carthage was a historical site of Tunisia back in the days, prehistoric days practically. And so that's kind of how they got the name, Eagles of Carthage, as the nickname. Now, a fun fact for you about Tunisia is that Tunisia became the first African team to win a match at a FIFA World Cup back in 1974. Who did they beat? Well, they beat Mexico. I believe the scoreline was 3-1 for Tunisia on that day in 1974. And so Tunisia does have a bit of a very, very original history and a piece of it at a FIFA World Cup. Tunisia have also appeared at 5 previous World Cups. They also obviously reached the 2018 World Cup, so this will be their second consecutive World Cup as well. And so the qualifying campaign for Tunisia is that they were actually one of the playoff winners. Tunisia were in a group that contained the likes of Equatorial Guinea, Zambia, and Mauritania. And even though Tunisia were in that sort of group, Equatorial Guinea actually pushed them near the end of the qualifying campaign, and Tunisia eventually overcame Equatorial Guinea to claim top spot in the second round group. Then when it came to the final round, the playoffs of the African qualifiers, Tunisia came up against a potential debutant in Mali, in which Tunisia only needed just one solitary goal to win the tie over 2 legs. And that was actually an own goal by one of the Malian players, who actually made a mistake at the back. That defender made a back pass to his own goalkeeper. The goalkeeper missed it. It went into the back of the net, and Tunisia held on to win the match. Not only that, but that same defender that scored the own goal, he got a red card by being the last man and stopping a goal scoring opportunity. So very bad day, that specific day for that defender from Mali. And it even got worse, as in the end it was the only goal of the tie. And so that actually eliminated Mali from the World Cup, and Tunisia, in a way, qualified for the World Cup without technically scoring a goal by one of their own players. But doesn't matter how you got to the World Cup, as long as you make it, you've made it. And so Tunisia, they made it. And so the head coach or the manager of the Tunisian national team is Jalil Kadri, who is a Tunisian manager. And some of the star players of the Tunisian national team include the likes of Youssef Msakni, Rabi Kazri, Hannibal Medri, Fajani Sassi, and Dylan Braun. And a little bit of a story, Youssef Msakni, this will be his first World Cup, I believe. I hope he's not injured, but this will be Msakni's first and probably only World Cup that he'll possibly be attending. I've seen him a few times, especially back in the AFCON in the early 2010s, and he scored a lot of screamers in those sort of tournaments, which actually gave Tunisia a lot of wins at that specific those days during the tournaments in AFCON. So this will be a very, very big moment for not only Youssef Msakni but the whole Tunisia team, as this will be the first World Cup in the Arab world as well. And so, how will Tunisia line up potentially, and how will they play at this upcoming World Cup? Well, They usually play in a 4-3-3 formation, in which they are very compact at the back, and they try to hit teams with potential pace up front and hopefully create a lot of counter-attacking opportunities for the main center forwards. Now, some of the strengths of the Tunisian national team is, as I said, their defensive solidity. Apart from them losing a recent friendly to Brazil, I believe 5-1, they did score, is that Tunisia are actually very good defensively. They had one of the best defenses during World Cup qualifying from Africa, and that actually meant that Tunisia only conceded, I believe, only 2 goals throughout World Cup qualifying, which is, I believe, the lowest in Africa of any of the qualified African teams. And so that allowed Tunisia to be very tough to break down. They're basically the Atletico Madrid of Africa, if you know what I mean. And another strength of the national team, as I mentioned in the previous slide, about a playmaker in Masakni. He is the playmaker. He is the one that creates a lot of opportunities for the center forwards for the Tunisia team to score goals. And when Masakni is the man in form, then Tunisia are potentially in form as well, as he is probably one of the main creators in that sort of midfield role, and he does play a little bit of an advanced role as well in order to supplement the attack. So he is a very focal and big point for this Tunisia team. And obviously there are some weaknesses to the Tunisia team, one of that being a lack of depth. Now, if Tunisia do suffer a few injuries, then the quality of the squad becomes a little bit less, basically, and they don't really have a lot of game changers in their side in order to cope with those sort of injuries. And so a lack of depth might be a problem for Tunisia at this World Cup if there are some injuries that are picked up by their team. And another weakness for Tunisia is actually their goal scoring in tournaments. Tunisia aren't really known for goal scoring, as obviously they only scored 12 goals throughout World Cup qualifying. For this upcoming World Cup, they didn't even score in the playoff round actually from their own players. And so it is very difficult to really assess Tunisia as a very attacking team. Yes, they are very good defensively, but in attack they don't really score a lot of goals that often in the way that they would be able to score massive scorelines. Usually their scorelines are 1 or 2-0 most of the time. Well, actually this specific game against Japan, they beat Japan, I believe, 3-0. So there is a little bit of inconsistency in terms of the goal scoring and how many Tunisia can create and take their chances. So that might be a potential weakness that some teams might just be able to just sit back and really press Tunisia and suffocate them when Tunisia do have the ball at their feet. And so Tunisia at this upcoming World Cup have been drawn into Group D, and they play against every team that were in the same group at the last World Cup, except Tunisia are the newcomers in this group. And they begin their campaign on Tuesday, the 22nd of November, 4 p.m. local time in Qatar, where Tunisia will be up against Denmark, a team I believe they don't really play that often. And then on Saturday, the 26th of November, 1 p.m. local time, Tunisia will be up against Australia, one of the Asian or Oceania teams at this World Cup. And then Tunisia wrap up their World Cup campaign, well, the group stage campaign. I hope this won't be the last match, let's see, which will be on Wednesday, the 30th of November, 6 p.m. local time, and it will be a very big match between Tunisia and World Cup champions France, who do have a bit of a history with Tunisia in terms of, just the pure history of the country of Tunisia and France and that relationship between the two countries. And so it will be a very big ask for Tunisia to progress to the knockout stage for the first time in their history. Will they be able to do it and potentially help the World Cup champions curse on France? Who knows? But time will tell if that happens. So that's it for the World Cup team preview video on Tunisia. And if you like these sort of World Cup team preview videos, why not hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. And also ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these World Cup team preview updates that will be coming out over the next, well, 1 week. That's right, 1 more week until the the team preview videos are finally finished. And it's been a very long time, but there's still a few more episodes next week, obviously. And in the next episode, which will be on Monday, the 7th of November, and we'll be talking about, well, this will be a big one for maybe some of you, the viewers. We'll be talking about the United States, the USA. That's right, we'll be talking about the USA in the next World Cup team preview video on this channel. Now, and if you don't want to miss out on that video, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification so that you don't miss that one out. But also, I'll be making a very big announcement on my channel this upcoming Sunday, 6th of November, where I'll be talking about what are my plans for this upcoming World Cup. And I do have a lot of good plans that'll be hopefully go on my channel. And if you guys want to support that, obviously, share my channel to your friends, your family, whatever. And it'll be a very big announcement, as I'll try to make the World Cup as fun as possible for you guys to watch. And so if you don't want to miss that announcement video that will be coming this coming Sunday, well, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell as well so that you don't miss out. And until then, I will see you guys on the announcement video and the next World Cup team preview update on USA. I'll see you guys in the next one.